The week of Thanksgiving, of course, is traditionally the busiest travel time of the year. Last year, the Redmond Airport saw approximately 12,000 travelers during the 4 days prior to Thanksgiving. However, the airport has seen a 50% decrease in travel for most of the pandemic. It expects to see around 6,000 visitors for this year's Turkey Day travel. Roberts Field's implemented sanitizing stations, free masks, plexiglass barriers, and physical distancing reminders throughout its terminals. Airport Director Zach Bass told News Channel 21 what additional precautions the airport's taking behind the scenes.
We use basically the same cleaning products and methods that hospitals and schools use. We've also actually just implemented some new UV lighting on the air handling system that kills a lot of stuff and moves through our system. And, the aircraft itself, there are, circulating air every few minutes. And they also have a HEPA filter. And so, we understand that traveling can, especially with larger crowds, make people a little apprehensive, but ourselves and the airlines are doing everything we can to keep people safe if they do decide to travel.
The CDC issued new guidance last week encouraging people not to travel and to spend Thanksgiving with members of their households only. This comes after more than 1 million new cases of COVID-19 were reported in the country within a week. News Channel 21 caught up with some travelers about why they're flying despite this recommendation. All right, we're having some technical difficulties. We apologize. That couple said they quarantined for 14 days before traveling, and they plan to do so again after the holiday. More than 3 million people traveled through airports nationwide over the weekend. That's the highest number of flyers since the pandemic began. Sunday saw the highest number with more than 1 million people passing through airport security checkpoints. Officials at Portland's airport say, based on ticket sales, next Sunday will be the busiest travel day there. Tonight, we're asking if you plan to travel or have visitors over this Thanksgiving holiday. To weigh in, head over to our web poll on the KTVZ.com homepage. Crook County District Attorney Wade Whiting says 3 officers were justified in firing shots, one of which wounded a Redmond fugitive during a traffic stop earlier this month. 25-year-old Donald Freoff was wounded when the Central Oregon Emergency Response Team, or CODE, tried to stop him on Ryegrass Road north of Prineville. Whiting says Freoff was wanted on a warrant and had vowed not to go back to prison. He rammed his pickup into an armored car and unmarked police car to try to escape. Freoff was treated for minor injuries to his arm. Well, Redmond police are investigating reports that a man was shooting a firearm up in the air. They took the man into custody in the area of Northwest 21st and Ivy Avenue. They say no one was hurt. Officers are still investigating the incident and have not filed any charges at this time. Bend police arrested a 60-year-old man who they suspect broke into a mobile home. Officers say they found Stephen Arvidsson inside a home with broken windows at the Sisters Mobile Park on Peril Road around 10:30 last night. Police say 2 people staying there were asleep at the time. Arvidsson's charged with first-degree burglary and first-degree criminal mischief. A man who refused to get off a bus in Bend pled not guilty to menacing and harassment charges this morning. Dorian Allstott is accused of threatening a bus driver on August 20th. The driver ordered him off the bus for not wearing shoes. That driver also faces charges of strangulation and assault after forcibly removing Allstott from the bus outside the Hawthorne bus station in Bend. Over the weekend, police say a 90-year-old man was hit and killed by a vehicle in Redmond. Family friends are now asking for a crosswalk. Alec Nolan has more on what the city is planning to do to address these concerns.
Over the weekend, 90-year-old Leroy Hall was struck and killed right here in Redmond off 6th Street. Now some people are asking for crosswalks. As Leroy Hall attempted to cross Northwest 6th Street in Redmond on November 21st, police say he was struck and killed by 19-year-old Anthony Vasquez. The 90-year-old was making a small trip to the buggy stop from his mobile home across the street. Henry Helmholtz of Redmond was a friend of Leroy Hall. He's lived here his entire life and would occasionally visit to check in on Hall. But with the death of his family friend, he's now raising his concern with this stretch of road more than ever.
What my biggest concern here is on this stretch of highway from Maple Street, which goes to Walmart down to the post office, there's no crosswalks.
Hemholt says he's seen the growth of this part of town, but he's never seen anything done to increase pedestrian safety. Henry told us that he's personally known 3 people that have unfortunately died along this stretch of road here in Redmond. If you're looking to get from store to store and you live nearby, crossing the road can be a very dangerous and difficult game. With more businesses, apartments, and motels in place, he believes the city needs to address the lack of crosswalks.
They need to open up the crosswalk or a light so these people can cross safely, because a lot of the people that live in this trailer park over here where Leroy Hall lived, they got killed. You know, most of them are on foot. They're either elderly, some are handicapped, and of course then they got the children that crosses, and that's even worse.
We spoke with Redmond City Engineer Mike Cacavano to see if the city plans on doing anything to address this concern.
We do have plans to make this a more pedestrian accessible area. We've got a couple of projects on the books. One is to extend sidewalks from the Jack Pine all the way up to Maple on both sides, and the other is an eventual traffic signal at Kingwood and 6th Street.
Cacavano says with the road being 5 lanes, it makes the possibility of a crosswalk more difficult. He also added that while crosswalks are not expensive to build, they're not nearly as effective as traffic signals, especially if pedestrians were walking at night with dark clothing. In Redmond, Alec Nolan, News Channel 21.
Mostly sunny for us today, but tomorrow we could see the return of winter weather for parts of Central Oregon. Katie Zuniga joins us now. The first look at your local alert weather. Katie?
Lee, here's a look at the areas where we are watching for that winter weather. Now, this winter weather advisory does not begin until tomorrow at 4 o'clock and goes until Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Leading up to 4, maybe even as late as 7, we're looking at conditions very similar to today with fairly clear skies and warmer temperatures, higher 40s to low 50s. We are beginning to see a few clouds tonight. We're at the mid-lower 40s at the Redmond Airport right now with some clouds in the sky. Not anticipating too much activity, if any at all, tonight. We did have that cold front move through. We've seen activity along the Cascades, checking the camera, seeing snow and rain. We knew there was a 20% chance that we could see some here in the higher elevations in Central Oregon today, but I'm not seeing any indications that any precipitation is falling right now on the satellite and radar. We were just mostly sunny for today. Temperatures for us into the evening and through the next few days stay at average, even to a few degrees slightly warmer. Overnight temperatures also stay right at average for this time of year, is in those 20s. Coming up in your full forecast, I want to walk you through the hour by hour on that snow so you know what to expect heading into Thanksgiving. That'll be in just a bit. Lee, back to you.
After the break, find out when Ben's new warming shelter will open.
Because of you, News Channel 21 is the most watched, searched, and shared news in Central Oregon. When you need to know, you turn to News Channel 21. We are proud to be Central Oregon's go-to news source, and we're here for you 24/7. This community is like our family, and we're excited that our family continues to grow. We appreciate you, and we'll continue to deliver the news you deserve. Thanks for trusting News Channel 21, Central Oregon's news leader.
Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you today?
Hey, could I get the 10-piece chicken McNuggets? Wait, no. Big Mac. Sorry, no, McNuggets. Actually,
Sir?
I'm still here.
There's a meal for every moment at McDonald's, especially when you buy one of your faves and get another for just $1.
Suffering from chronic TV binging, channel surfing, or sitting at home? Break the cycle with a dose of Indian Head Casino. It's your prescription for fun, excitement, and a shot at winning big. Ask your professional about trying Indian Head Casino today. Results may vary, may cause excessive laughter, sudden burst of cheering, extreme happiness, smiling uncontrollably with extra cash in your pocket, and the sudden feeling of winning. Today could be your lucky day at Indian Head Casino.
It's Chevy Truck Month. It's deck building month. It's toy hauling month. It's explore new ground month. It's the month to get things done. Make it your own and make every month Chevy Truck Month.
Get a total value of $5,500 on this 2020 Silverado Crew Cab pickup. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance towards the purchase of eligible accessories. See your Chevy of Bend dealer.
News Channel 21 is brought to you in part by Central Oregon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
The Oregon Employment Department is beginning to pay Oregonians eligible for its waiting week. The waiting weeks for Oregonians who received regular unemployment insurance benefits since the start of the pandemic. The department estimates 246,300 Oregonians have now been issued payments totaling $176 million. Most claimants can expect to receive their waiting week benefit within 3 business days. The Salvation Army always serves those in need, but during this holiday season, they may need your help. Bell ringers standing next to red kettles started appearing in stores this weekend. However, with COVID, the Salvation Army is struggling to find volunteers. In fact, only about 60% of the kettles that could be out there are being manned. To compensate, the nonprofit put a virtual red kettle on its website. While they're trying to adapt to the tough times, they're also trying to serve more people.
With people still kind of out of work, and especially with this freeze happening right now, we anticipated from the beginning that there'd be an increase of need. But as people are starting to sign up, and we're only about halfway through our signups right now, we're almost getting close to what we did all of last year. So the need's definitely there. We're just hoping that the donations can help meet that need.
The annual Angel Tree Toy Store also faces some challenges. Instead of having a walk-through store, they'll be bagging up toys and giving them out in a drive-through. They're also trying to encourage online donations as well to reduce exposure.